why it's actually so important to not distract. A service dog actually has a very important job to do. The general reason why we don't like service dogs to be distracted is because if you're distracting them, if they are an alert dog, they can miss an alert. They can miss telling you about a heart rate spike. Diabetic service dogs can miss your blood sugar rising or dropping. Anything like that, they can miss an alert. And most of the time, service dog alerts are life-threatening. Like, very time sensitive. They have to be. While yes, service dogs are highly trained to prevent that from happening, there's a lot of distraction training that goes into get them to prevent getting distracted. They're dogs. They're not robots. I will say it 2,000 more times. I promise. They make mistakes sometimes. Sometimes they talk. A lady baby talks to them and they look at her, and it's okay for them to make mistakes. However, it is important for the public to also know why it's so important to not do that. So I said an alert earlier. What even is an alert? An alert is a early notification to a medical episode. Dogs are actually really impressive. They can smell changes in your body up to 15 minutes before your Taylor can smell rising above 140 before my watch even tells me it's rising above 140, which is actually really impressive because my watch is really accurate, but he can let me know that things are going wrong before they actually go wrong. Meanwhile, with my watch, usually it's just, hey, you're gonna not feel good here in a second, and just like that, I don't feel good all of a sudden. With Weller, he can go, Mother, you might want to pop a squat for a second. Pop a squat. Just sit down. Just trust me on this. And I'll sit down and I'll go, oh my gosh. Now that you know what an alert is, so what is a distraction? A distraction is talking to, yes, that includes kissing noises, baby voices, anything like that, calling, like clicking, anything like that. I have people do that all the time when they're taking his picture because they want him to pose. He does not have to pose. He can just stand there. Aggressive eye contact is a big one. I get it, they're cute. Don't make aggressive eye contact with them. If you want to look, by all means, look at my dog. You're not making eye contact with them though. As well as photos. Photos is one thing that a lot of people don't realize is a problem. And I will say it again. I've said it 6 times in my videos over the past 2 days because I've said it a lot in my videos, and I will continue to say it, along with service dogs are not robots. Service dogs are medical equipment. By taking a picture of a service dog, you are basically taking a picture of medical equipment. So, with that in mind, if you see a decorated wheelchair, would you just pick your phone up and snap a picture with the person in the wheelchair? Or would you come up and go, hey, can I take a picture of your wheelchair? I think it's really cute. Which one of these do you think is going to get the best response out of the person with the decorated wheelchair? Probably asking for permission. And I get it. Weller's adorable. Sometimes he has Crocs on. He has Disney ears on when he goes to Disney. He has goggles. He's adorable. He's the cutest thing in the whole wide world. However, don't take his picture. It's creepy weird. Especially when we're meeting characters. I will die on this hill. I am not your family. This is not your family vacation memory. You don't need my family vacation memories in your phone. Ask after we're done meeting the character, and you can by all means have a photo. But until then, leave us alone. Another thing that is a distraction is petting a service dog. You cannot pet a working dog. Some dogs, they have weaknesses, and sometimes that's a weakness. We don't need to pet the dog. You can ask, and sometimes you'll be allowed, but we don't need to pet the dog. And going back to the alerts, early alerts matter is because it allows the handler to take meds or preventative actions to be taken to prevent the medical episode that the dog just alerted to. So I get this question a lot. People come up to me and they're like, I really want to tell your dog he's doing a good job. How can I tell him he's doing a good job? So you can't actually talk to him, but you can actually tell me. If you tell me he's doing good, 9 times out of 10, I have a very high value treat. It's usually like an entire bacon strip or something tucked into the side of my treat pouch. And I usually save those for times when people are like, your dog is so well behaved. And they give him a compliment, or they say he's really cute, he's really anything. He gets that big treat. So he doesn't know what you're saying, but he knows he did something good. Things that you shouldn't do, don't talk to the dog. I will continue saying this. This is another thing I will say over and over and over again. He's a dog, he doesn't speak English, he doesn't know what you're saying. You're also, yet again, you're distracting him. Don't distract the service dog, he's very important. Don't throw a thumbs up at the dog or wave at the dog. That's, yet again, distracting. I don't think a lot of people understand that. I had a lady at Disney teach her kids that she couldn't come up and pet the dog, but she could wave at the dog, like in his face, like get up and go like this to him. I very politely corrected that, and she did not enjoy that, but it's not really my fault. Please, don't say good boy or good girl to the dog. Please don't say good boy, good girl. We went to Universal, and we went on the E.T. ride. Don't go on the E.T. ride with your service dog. It was a fever dream. Me and my brother are both traumatized from that. We thought it was going to be a good warm-up ride to get Heath into doing rides. Instead, we spent the entire time worried that the dog was going to get flung off the side of the ride. So, if you haven't ever done the E.T. ride, it is 4 bikes, and how you do it with a service dog, because the guy at the front asked us like 6 times, do you want to cuddle, or is he riding with you? And I was like, he's gonna ride with me. Like, why? This is a service dog friendly ride, he's gonna ride with me. Had I known that it was not actually a service dog friendly ride, I would have totally left him behind. I was not aware of how rough. It was. So we get on the ride, I go first, and then, so there's 4 bikes. Both people have to be on the end. So I was on this end, Weller was here, Heath was on the far bike. And so we're getting situated, we have to take our bags off, I have to take my little treat pouch off, it's chaos. The man behind me, Weller, he's used to tucking like right next to me. The attendants at the ride told us he has to be in the middle, so I'm like trying to wrangle him back that way because he has to be in the middle of the area. And I finally get him down. The man behind me goes, "Oh, yay! Yay, good boy!" Don't do that. Don't do that. I was already so incredibly overstimulated because the attendants were like the lady took my bag from my hand. I was trying to figure out how to get this. Like, I was going to figure it out. And she didn't even say, here, let me help you. She just took my bag. I did not know what she was doing with it. She ended up just tucking it on the bike next to me, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I was incredibly overstimulated already, and just hearing that, I kind of sniffed at him, and I told him we didn't need comments from the peanut gallery. Don't be that person. I get it, you want to be that person. You want to make sure that the dog knows he's doing good, but you don't have to be that person. And we did actually, one of the attendants looked at my brother and was like, hey, if he ruined your ride, you let me know, we'll let you back on. We did not take her up on that, because my brother was so unbelievably traumatized. I don't think he went on another ride that day. Yeah, because that was our last day at Universal. Yeah, he did go on another ride that day. So I accidentally traumatized all of us with the E.T. ride. That's so my fault, guys. Now, let's talk about what happens if I distract a service dog. So, when you distract a service dog, first off, whatever reason you are using to make it okay to distract a service dog, I always like to say, your entertainment is not worth risking somebody else's life. Because it's not. Yeah, you're gonna look at this cute picture and go, oh, look at him, he has shoes on. But how often are you actually gonna look at the picture of somebody else's dog? How often do you look at pictures of your own dog? Let's start there. So let's not risk other people's lives for a cute picture of their dog. Okay, what happens if you do distract a service dog? So if you do end up distracting a service dog and it has been made abundantly clear that this is a service dog and that you are not allowed to talk to it or anything like that, some handlers do press charges because in some states it is illegal to distract a service dog. Not very well versed in every state's laws, but some states it can be anywhere from a misdemeanor to just a fine. Also, some states have laws that protect service dogs from fakes, which that's a whole different video. But also it qualifies distracting too, because if your distraction injures, kills, or reactive or if the handler chooses to press charges, you could actually be in charge of paying for that dog's vet bills from the injury or death, any of the vet bills in response to the incident, as well as costs to replace the dog. Because, like I keep saying, service dogs are medical equipment, technically by law. So you would be responsible to replace somebody else's medical equipment. And like I mention all the time, service dogs are actually really expensive. Program dogs are expensive. Owner-trained dogs are expensive. Now, I don't know how much